Stop scrolling. Right now, Los Angeles has a new celebrity. And no, it's not a TikTok influencer, not a reboot, not a Nepo Baby. It's a wolf. Yeah, a real wild, teeth-having wolf roaming LA County for the first time in 100 years. And trust me, this is going to get wild. Meet OR-54, arguably the most mysterious traveler in Southern California. He was born in Oregon in 2020, looked around, and said, I've had enough of the cold. I want better weather. Who doesn't? Worse traffic and maybe a little avocado toast. He walked from Oregon to Los Angeles County. And as a wildlife biologist, if you follow my channel, you know that I've worked with wolves. And looking at their dispersal, that's when young wolves leave home to find territory and a mate. Usually that means 50 to 200 miles. OR-54, he just said, hold my elk, and set a new personal record. He's a gray wolf, apex predator, ecosystem engineer, fluffy icon of wilderness. Historically, gray wolves lived all over California. Then humans did what humans do. When something large, toothy, and slightly judgmental, we removed them. And by the 1920s, California was officially wolf-free. Until now, OR-54 isn't just wandering, he's rewriting history. There's 13 states currently that have wolves, and it is just devastating when you read about how bad the wolf extirpation was, using poisons and hunts, etc. You might think LA isn't that traffic, influencers, overpriced coffee. Yeah, it is. But LA County has massive wildlands, forest, chaparral, mountains, not Yellowstone, more like coyotes with acting agents. But ecologically, it's totally plausible for a wolf. And OR-54 proved that. Here's why my fellow scientists are freaking out in a good way. Wolves are a keystone species. That means when they showed up, their ecosystem starts acting different. Deer move more carefully. Plants grow back. Predators and prey will find balance. In Yellowstone, this triggered what we call a trophic cascade. Basically, nature's domino effect. Now imagine that happening in Southern California. It's like nature quietly saying, we're rebooting a franchise. Now, yes, people do freak out about wolves. Are they dangerous? Statistically, they avoid humans. You're far more likely to die from a car, a ladder, your own dog. LA rent prices, of course. And most wolf conflicts involve livestock, not people. So the real challenge isn't biology. It's coexistence. Less thrilling than a horror movie? Yeah, that's true. And people want to say, well, what's going to happen here? Let's get into the nerdy, awesome stuff. OR-54 traveled hundreds of miles through highways, farms, and cities. He navigated freeways without using a GPS. LA hills steep enough to make a Peloton sweat. Coyotes that probably looked at him like, who invited this guy? Because wolves will kill coyotes for fun. Every step that he took tells us something about wildlife moves through fragmented landscapes. There wasn't a direct path for him, as both an adventurer and a walking research study. One wolf, of course, doesn't make a population, but if his friends make it down there, and he finds a mate, and they have pups, that recolonization in action, rewilding, the first time wolves have set foot in LA in over a century. It's historic. Like Hollywood finally green lights a reboot that's actually good. Historic. Imagine a wolf stuck in rush hour on the 101. He'll probably howl, look around, and think, I miss Oregon. But here's the wild twist. Wolves are adaptable. They might survive near humans as long as we give them some space. And let's be honest, a wolf casually walking past Beverly Hills is more iconic than half the movie premieres in Hollywood this year. OR-54 is a living data point. Scientists like me can study this, how wildlife navigates urban landscapes, if wildlife corridors are actually working, how tolerant humans are of apex predators in city-adjacent wetlands. His journey is more than a story. It's science in motion. And if he stays, it could pave the way for other wolves. One wolf, of course, is not a population. He might move on. He might head north. He might decide LA traffic is unbearable. But here's the thing. Recovery happens one individual at a time. The fact that OR 54 walked from Oregon to LA County in 2026, that's proof that nature is resilient. Even in a city built on concrete, cameras, and content creation, the wild is still finding a way. So the real question is, LA ready for wolves? Or wolves ready for LA? Smash that button if you're Team Wolf. Subscribe for more stories from the field. And let me know in the comments, would you survive an LA wolf encounter? Remember, no species overlooked.